Bon dia, Portugal, to Dubai, nice to see ya. These are the plans we have for our dog boarding business in central Portugal. Let's check it out.
A's good, A's good, A's good, A's good. Wicked. It's Portuguese good.
Alright, before we get started, I noticed that many of you who enjoy my content still haven't come around to subscribing. It costs you nothing to subscribe, but it really helps me out. So go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Go on, smash it. And if you don't,
that's ignorant.
Alright, let's get into it. So people who follow the channel will know that I recently started a GoFundMe to try and get this this business off the road properly, off the plan, off the starting post. What's the expression? Anyway, off the ground. That's it, off the ground. See, that's my ADHD kicking in there. Just a very normal everyday expression. I just forget the word. This is really something that happens. Let me know in the comments if you also have ADHD and this also happens to you. Anyway, so I want to show you quickly. Let me just take you out here and I'll show you how it works. So when we bought our house, I'll just turn around. So as you can see, this is the main house up here, and it was in kind of like semi-ruin, I suppose you would call it. Still needs quite a lot of work doing, but we've made it livable. It's quite a big sort of house over 3 levels, and there's like all sorts of different spaces, and we've still got a few walls and things to do inside. But anyway, that's another story. Also included was this house over here, which is obviously a much more of a state of ruin. It has no roof. And all these buildings, even this building here and these sheds here, they're all registered as buildings. But we will we will put a roof on here. That's going to be part of it. I'll explain that in a second. And we will also put a better roof on here, because this is that horrible, nasty, I don't even like to say the word stuff, but that roof will get changed as part of this process. And then in here is going to be the area where cats live, and also my office and some storage and various things like that. But the idea with this ruined house over here, now you can see that I've already put a gate on here. And why we did this is we've had some dogs stay with us who are either just too aggressive to be with other dogs, or they have anxiety and they need to be alone, or there be maybe 2 or 3 dogs together who like to stay together and who also like to live outdoors. But anyway, that's why we've had this space here. And you can see I put this gate here, and then in here they have some like AstroTurf. And there's a shed over here that they sleep in. We very rarely actually use this space. And then over here we have some steps up. And then this is an old wine press that we've converted into a pool. Okay, and this is all going to be part of the new kennel. So what's happened is, to register the business, you need to, as part of the process, we've done all the process, we've got the registration done, but the final part of the puzzle is it needs to be signed off by it can't just be any vet, it's a particular kind of vet, and she needs to come out and see it, and it needs to meet some standards, okay? So we have to have proper kennels built, and there also needs to be a quarantine kennel, okay? So you need to be quite specific about things like how many dogs you're going to board at a time, what your routine is. We're also planning to board cats. So for example, we need to be able to say, right, we will have a maximum of, let's say, 4 dogs per night, 1 cat per night, what the routine is, what our plan is if anything goes wrong, and a quarantine kennel that's separate from the others. So our idea in here will be to build, on this side, there's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4 kennels. Okay, so that requires 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels, because obviously we can use the walls of the building. So there's 5 panels to buy, and then 4 gates, if that makes sense. 4 more of these type of gates, and then also it needs the roof to go on, and then inside there will be a kennel in each one, so there's somewhere safe and secure for the dogs to sleep in. All dogs are different. Some like to sleep outside, some like to sleep in kennels, some like to sleep in the house. And then out here in this area, I've already built the slab. But over here, probably in the middle, we'll just keep it separate because that's the idea. You keep it separate. Will be a quarantine kennel, and that's part of the requirement of getting the registration done. So yeah, then there will be a roof on top of here again, which will give, because to be honest with you, most of the time, this will just be open. And honestly speaking, we don't really want to change the structure of the way we do it. So let me just explain that. So normally when dogs come, they're just allowed to be in the house. We're very, very dog friendly. I've said before on the channel, I love dogs more than I love humans, if I'm being honest. But we're very, very dog friendly. And again, we like dogs to be allowed to sleep wherever they like. We kind of have this room, which is, I think would have been the dining room originally, but we've kind of left this as like a kind of an area where the dogs can just sort of come in, and then we've got these child-proof gates, allegedly. So the dogs can eat in here. And we use these gates as well as a way to keep the dogs, some dogs need to be separate when they're eating. All dogs are different. Depending on what dogs we have in, the whole dynamic can change, but there's some dogs who need to be, like separate. They can't eat together. Some dogs will bully other dogs. Some dogs will eat slowly in peace. And, yeah, they can just come and go. So through there is our sort of living area. And basically, 99% of the dogs are free to come and go as they like. They can sleep on the sofa, sleep on the human beds. We're really, really super flexible where they want to go. Some of them prefer to sleep in here. Some of them like to sleep outside, and we let them make those choices. As you can see here, there's always someone here, but if we do close this door, we have a dog flap. And we can also manage access with this gate here. So it's hard to say exactly how it works. It really does depend on the dynamic of what dogs we've got in. But generally speaking, they have the freedom of the house and the yard and everything like that. Another thing we need to build is, so I'm explaining this particularly as well for people who I'm very grateful to those who have donated already and who would like to donate further. Really absolutely thrilled at the support we're getting. We want to, it's hard to explain exactly. There's just a few sort of weak spots here. Like we want to build this up a little bit just to make this more difficult for any dogs that might want to try and jump over. And then we want to build a fence sort of along under this railing, and then we will put a gate here, and then we want to put a fence going along here, between here and here. And what that will do is give us a kind of a breezeway, because at the moment when someone is bringing a dog in or out through the gate, we kind of have to gather all the dogs either in here or in the house and secure them so that dogs don't run out. So it's a little bit sort of a chew really to do the logistics of that. So the idea is we're going to put a fence going from that line to this wall here, and obviously seal in that little bit there. And then that way the dogs can just be free behind there. So even if we have a dog coming through the gate, we don't have to worry about anyone running out. The other thing we do with the dogs, any dogs that are guests with us, we have tractive collars for them. So if we go, if the absolute nightmare happens and one of the dogs ever gets out, we have them on the tractive, or if they slip their collar or something when they're on the walk, we have them on the tractive. And I've made a video about tractive trackers on the channel before, and I think most of you by now know what those things are. So we take that very, very seriously. Obviously, that would be the worst thing I could imagine, is losing one of the dogs. So yeah, we always have them on the tractive trackers anyway, and that costs us I can't remember the figure now, but it's quite a lot of money. We've got, I think, 4 of those on contracts at the moment. And depending on numbers, we'll probably even get a couple more once the business gets up and going. So that's the thing. As soon as we can go ahead and get the kennels done, that's sort of the priority, really. Getting the kennels done, then we can go ahead and get the thing signed off by the vet. Once that happens, we can go from being just a, I spoke to the ICNF. They said we're registered and they're not really that bothered about us because as it stands at the moment, we're just doing it very, it's not a serious thing. We just have the odd dog in and they're staying in the house. But they said, to take it to the next level where you're going to do it properly with the vet signed off, you need to do all these things. And as soon as we can do that, then we can take it to the next level and start doing some proper marketing. And, I'd like to get livery put on the car and, do you know what I mean? Just take it to that next level and really start, making the dream come true and obviously earning some money. That's the thing as well. Taking it from being kind of a side hustle to be, I guess, our core business, to be honest. And as I say, for me, hopefully something that in the future that I can give to my son, Matthew, if he wants to do it, so that's where I'm at now. And then obviously use it to work towards funding my son through university in the summer. But so this is Airbnb. This is where most of it's going to happen out here. And it's going to take some money to get it done properly. But we will get there in the end. And as I say, thank you so much for everyone who's already donated to my GoFundMe. It's been, I'm absolutely blown away by the generosity of my subscribers. Really, really thankful so much. And I will definitely keep everyone up to date with the progress of the project. But I think I'm going to wrap the video up here. If you enjoy this type of content and you're new around here, please consider subscribing. It really, really helps me out. As always, if you're interested in helping us out with this project, the link to the GoFundMe is in the show notes down below, or you can help us out by buying me a coffee at my Buy Me a Coffee link or commission free at my virtual tip jar. Very, very appreciated. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And muito obrigado, amigos, and até logo.